three. Hamel in the blue. Walsh in the red.
Walsh, ready? Hamel, you ready?
I'm ready.
Walsh in the blue shorts. Hamel is the other guy. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Walsh gets the underhook. He pushes old Hamel up against the fence. Hamel's not wanting to go down. Notice what he's doing with his forearm. You will not see that in amateur wrestling. You will see that MMA in other forms of combat. Just creates a little space. Both guys have a collar tie here. Hamel coming down to a wrist. Hamel's pushing and Walsh is pushing right back. Dan Walsh has pushed Mark Hamel into the fence. The big question is, what do you do here? All right. That's one of the ways that we saw Khabib Nurmagomedov innovating the sport. Khabib would look to do what Walsh has done, but that would only be the first step. Khabib wouldn't hold you there. He'd start doing trips. He'd start doing manipulations. He'd pull your hips away. He had different body locks. He had different single legs attacks, but it all came predicated on the same offense, which step number one is push your opponent into the fence. Walsh starting to come around the body. Hamel's thinking he can maybe roll this into something, and he does. Hamel's real close to coming out on top of this, believe it or not. Hamel might get the first takedown here. Notice how Hamel has secured his own, reached underneath that knee, and he's grabbing his own leg. He's not going to get a submission from there. He's not looking to. He's going to stop Walsh from coming out on top. This is very smart what Hamel's doing. I spoke with Fabiano Scherner this morning. I asked him specifically about Mark Hamel. Very big. Okay, Hamel. Walsh is rolled on top, but Hamel's all the way secured around that neck. He's going to be very, very close. Hamel's going to want to close his legs. He's going to want to lock a full guard on here to stretch his opponent out. He's not doing it. Hamel's done the hard part, which is to get the neck secure. He did not secure the body. Hamel's coach, Fabiano Scherner, very high hopes. Very quick rise for this young athlete. Coach Scherner commented that this Mark Hamel just simply does not miss practice. Walsh did a great job to survive that. That was very tight. All right, Walsh thinking he could jump into a Kimura. Boy, when that move works, it sure is cool looking, isn't it? When a guy hits a cartwheel into a catch. Did you guys ever watch Bruce Lee or Steven Seagal movies in the theater when you were a kid? And then you and your buddies would be in the parking lot throwing like kicks through the air? That's what happens when you see somebody like Dan Walsh go and hit a cartwheel into a Kimura. You want to clear out the coffee furniture and grab your brother or sister or friend and start practicing it. It's just one of those moves. Mark Hamel on bottom here. Notice how Walsh is grabbing the back of the neck. That's to take space away. Anytime Hamel starts to off balance him, Walsh can come back behind the neck. Straight footlock here. I want to bring this to your guys' attention. The straight footlock that's being done by Mark Hamel. Mark Hamel's teammate, his teammate John Simone, was in the same position in the first match. This is what John did to set up his heel hook. John Simone and Mark Hamel trained together, and wouldn't you know, they're both looking for the same type of leg manipulation. This is different. This is what we call a straight leg lock. That's a pain move. Less likely, I won't say you can't. Less likely. Okay, now here's the heel hook. This is the problem, and he got it. And he got it. Mark Hamel and his teammate, John Simone, wouldn't you know, have the same philosophies and ideas. They both sit back to straight ankle locks. They both transition to heel hooks. This is very much The John Danaher effect. Between the Nickies, between the Gordons, between the Craig Joneses. That have really brought back below the knee attacks. Kevin Keeney.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission due to heel hook at 4 minutes, 22 seconds of regulation. Out of the blue corner, Mark Hamel.
All right, get it out, Mark. It's your celebration. Spike that football.